Hey, writers and muse daters, so glad to be speaking with you again today. Today I want to talk to you about your questions. So I posted a poll here in the group and you answered about what is most pressing for you right now in the writing process. And so I'm going to answer this question about how you finish your manuscript, because that seemed to get the most votes. It seemed to be the thing that people were really wondering about. They had a lot of questions on how do I finish my manuscript. So I know this will come into the group, this video, and you can watch it again on the replay. But if you log in live, please say hello, let me know you're here. Ask any additional questions that you have. Let me know where you're watching from. It's always a pleasure to have you in here live as well, because we get to engage a little bit. So that's really nice. So today we're going to talk about how to actually finish that manuscript, because as I said, it was the thing on the poll that got the most votes of what people are struggling with right now. So in order to finish your manuscript, there are a couple of different things that are going on. One of them, of course, is time, right? The time to finish your manuscript. We have busy lives. I've talked about this before. How do we find that time to get the writing done? And one of the things that you'll hear me talk about again and again is that, yes, it's about time and it's about our busy lives, but it's also about the ease of procrastination when we're not in love with our writing anymore, when we don't feel confident in our writing anymore. And if you think about a relationship, you'll know that this is true, right? Oftentimes, right at the beginning of a relationship, when you're falling in love with someone, it doesn't matter if your boss has you working 20 hours a week, you're still going to find time to see your sweetheart or to talk to him or her. When we love someone, when we want to be with someone, we find that time. And when we love our writing, when we love our manuscript, we find that time. And we fall in love with our writing when we feel like we are in parallel with our writing. We're working in tandem. It's a machine that's well oiled. And a lot of times people don't feel that way about their writing, and so it's really easy to make everything more important. And you'll see this in other videos. I talk about cleaning the cabinets or, dusting off the top of those cabinets in the kitchen. Whoever does that. Well, we do that when we've got writing to do, right? So the first step in getting your manuscript done is to wrap your head around finding the time, which means falling in love with your writing again. What else is really important to getting your writing done? Well, you need to have an audience, right? When you have an audience waiting for your writing, then it makes it easier to get it done. Of course it does. And not just any audience. I know we've talked in this group before about those free writing groups, and I've heard your horror stories. You sent me some great emails on your free writing group stories about, you're a fiction writer and you end up with a bunch of poets and nobody shows up on time, nobody comes on a regular basis, people don't even read your work. I mean, we've talked about all that. I'm not talking about that kind of audience. I'm talking about a qualified, caring audience who's not only interested in the progress of your writing, but is interested in the progress of you, that you as a writer are growing and learning and expanding. When you have that kind of audience waiting for your writing, let me tell you, that writing gets done because you're excited. You're excited to share it with these people and to get that nurturing feedback on what you're doing, the kind of feedback that helps you to grow as a writer, not the random feedback of those free writing groups. We've all lived that nightmare. You know what I'm talking about, right? And it's frustrating when we're in those groups. It feels yucky. It feels like nobody gets me. They don't understand my writing. They're asking questions. I'm doing more talking than they are about my manuscript. Nobody wants to feel that way, right? You want a quality audience. So what have we talked about so far? If you want to finish your manuscript, you need to find the time by falling in love with your writing and find the right audience who's going to give you the right kind of feedback that helps you to grow as a writer and really spurs you on and helps you to continue. What else? You need accountability, right? So we all know the power of a deadline. If you have somebody waiting for that writing and it has to be on their desk next Thursday, well, by God, that's going to get done, right? That's really powerful to have that deadline and to know that someone's waiting for it and they're holding you accountable for that information. That's a powerful thing. And so when you have that accountability, somebody to talk to every week or on a regular basis about what it is that you are doing, someone who's waiting, and not only somebody who's waiting, but somebody who, you know, let's say the writing is due on Thursday, right? Let's say you had somebody who call up on Tuesday to say, gosh, I've got this thing due on Thursday and I'm really stuck with this beginning. What should I do? And that person says, well, here are some ideas. You could blah, 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 blah. Right? So that kind of accountability, where it's not only accountability, but it's also support to help you to reach your goals. Because I think we've all had some kind of project in our lives, whether it's writing or something else, where the mountain just felt too steep to climb, and so we didn't climb it. Right? We didn't start. We didn't do that thing because we didn't know how. And if we'd had somebody to say, look, I'm trying to do this thing, can you give me a hand? And they gave us some hints, that would be helpful. So that's really important to your writing. So the three main things to answer this question, how do I finish my manuscript? Time, falling in love with your writing, audience, the right kind of audience who's going to give you the right kind of feedback that's going to help you to grow as a writer, and lastly, accountability, not just any accountability and a person with a whip and a deadline, but someone who's going to give you the support that you need to actually reach those deadlines. Those are the three main components of what's really important to finish a manuscript. So those three main components are why I created the Writing Gym VIP membership, because the people in the VIP membership are participating in activities that give them those three benefits: the time and falling in love with your writing again, the audience that supports your writing and helps you to grow as a writer, and the accountability that helps you to reach your goals by giving you appropriate support. So many of you saw Dorothy's recent post about how the Writing Gym VIP just skyrocketed her confidence, and she has been able to write like a fiend. And you know, Dorothy will be the first person to tell you that she was stuck. She was not writing before she joined us, and she was facing a lot of fear. And she's posted about this in the group and how her fear was really getting in her way. If you search for Dorothy, you will find her stories where she talks about this and how awful that was to be stuck in that fear, and now how amazing it is to be in a position where she can't stop writing because she's fallen in love with her writing again. And that means she finds the time for it because she wants to be with that sweetheart, that writing that she loves so much. And she's making crazy progress on her manuscript. So that's one of the reasons why I created the Writing Gym VIP membership. The other is around the audience. And many of you have asked me in this group, you know, how do I find a quality writing group? How do I find a writing group? Well, I've said this time and time again, you don't need a writing group, you need the right writing group. You need the kind of writing group that's going to give you the kind of critique that's going to help you as an author, as a writer, to grow and expand your knowledge base and your expertise in the craft. And the work that we do in the Writing Gym VIP is based on my work at Harvard and MIT in their brain imaging lab, working with neuroscience specifically related to how the brain learns and creates. What are the best practices that we can do to make that happen? And I implement those strategies into my work with writers. So you're getting a method that works in the way that your brain works. So the critique that you're getting in the systems that we use helps you to become a better writer. If you don't believe me, scroll through some of the things that people have said after they've come to a salon. Scroll through some of the testimonials. You'll see them everywhere in the page. People just post about it. Why? Because they're so enthusiastic about it. They've fallen in love with their writing again, and they want to tell everyone about it. It's super exciting that this happens for them. So you want someone to share with who will really hear you, really see you, and really work toward making you a better writer. So not only that, but in the Writing Gym VIP, you're getting one-on-one feedback on your own writing from a professional who's worked in the industry for over a decade. So it's really powerful stuff. So we talked about the 3 things that you need to finish a manuscript: the time, which means falling in love with your writing, the audience, which is the right audience to give you the kind of support that you need, and the accountability. So let's talk about the kind of accountability that we use in the Writing Gym VIP. Every week you're going to meet with your personal trainer. You're going to set goals for your writing, and not only is the personal trainer going to help you to get your writing done, but she's going to show you how to do it, right? So you're stuck on character development. You don't know where your characters need to go next. How much of the setting do I show? What am I supposed to do here? That's what she's there for, is to help you work through those. So you have your weekly support meetings with your own personal trainer. So we are opening up a few spots in the Writing Gym VIP, but look, this isn't for everyone. This is only for people who are really serious about completing a manuscript. So if you're really serious and you don't just have this question and you're kind of throwing it out there, but you really want to know, how can I finish this manuscript? What kind of accountability can I have? Can I get the right kind of audience to support me? Then this might be for you. If you want the kind of support to get there, then this might be for you. So whether you want to publish traditionally or self-publish, if you're committed and you understand the need for a quality manuscript, regardless of how you are going to publish that manuscript, if you understand that and you're committed to that, then this might be for you. So look, I would love to show you how you can finish your manuscript, and I am offering a free course tomorrow. It's at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, June 1st. If you're watching this after June 1st, 2017, I'm sure there will be other offerings, so check the events section of this group. But we're offering one tomorrow, June 1st, 2017, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll throw the link up in this conversation here in the comments section so that you can sign up. Now look, it is free. However, enrollment is limited and you have to sign up if you want to go to this. So you want to make sure that you get in there and you sign up, and then you'll get a link so that you can participate. So free course tomorrow on the 6 steps, the 6 steps to go from a struggling writer to a published author. Free course. I can't wait to see you in there and share some of my top tips on how you can get that manuscript done. I'll see you there.